And there is another structure here which is inferior parietal lobus, which is the upper part, which is anatomically not present in any living creature on earth except human being. Now what has to do, sir, with outcome-based education? Yes, I am coming to that. You say, look at this baby, he is tata, he is pati, he is mama, he is atai, he is looking like that. This child is not interested in learning a psychomotor skill. It is emotion which is coming out first because of the inferior parietal lobus and this. So when emotion comes, learning starts. The three fundamental attributes which CDIO and OB says is, the first one is take emotion. The emotion which is causing the behavior, learning to be. This is the first thing UNESCO is telling. This happened in just a few years back only. UNESCO said throughout the world, you treat human being differently. It is not like, it is behaviorism, for example, a theory in education which is missing in OB. OB says it is playing very less. Not that even an animal can learn. No, human being is human being. And what he can learn, he alone could learn. You must find out this personality is developing. Though that matters when he becomes an engineer. So this is very important, and it's a CDIO level 2 says, find out his emotional behavior. Now why a child? Because he develops like that. Now this influences the other two characteristics. One is called life skill. The life skill, socializing skill. The life skill, socializing skill, learning to live together. As an engineer, he may have to work with team. He cannot be a selfish fellow knowing himself, no, I will not give the information. He cannot become an engineer. He cannot lead. So he must live together. And another important thing, which is coming third, is the cognition, the faculty of brain to understand a concept. Now since this one influences these two, you must find out this, then imbibe with this, then imbibe here in cognition. I'll quickly go through some areas technically in cognition. If you talk about the procedural aspects in electrical engineering, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, etc., he must understand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are all the steps. If one step changes, you go to the next one. Still it is called procedural knowledge dimension. Now this is stored at various locations in the brain, and the characteristics is mental ability. We'll be able to know what is Ohm's law. What OBC, CDIO says, don't ask him what is Ohm's law. I had a syllabus of Singapore National University of Singapore's network technology. The final examination says, this is Ohm's law. If you want to use it, use it. Nobody is going to ask what is Ohm's law. Because Ohm's law is derived by a scientist, an engineer. If you want, you know. Nobody is going, what is Ohm's law? Tell the formula. You are keep on asking. I am connected with them. Can you switch on that? Okay. Mental abilities is one character which develops. If you go to declarative content, it's called factual knowledge dimension. A mere fact. That also you should be able to know, yeah, better if he knows. He can go to open book. Most of the examinations are open book. If we are not interested in factual dimension, what is this fact? Okay, if you want to use it, use it. Or you can go and see the pages. That is stored in interior neocortex. But if you want to understand the concept, which is several information linked together, that is stored in frontal neocortex and inferior. That means this fellow's emotion only is controlling the episodic knowledge dimension, which is very essential, which you cannot get it from internet. If you are giving a fact in the classroom, what is data structure? Take down, blah, 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 blah. Sir, இதெல்லாம் என்னத்துக்கு சார் போட்டுட்டீங்க? With the touch of a button, I can get it from what is data structure. இதெல்லாம் வேணுமா சார்? நான் சொல்ல மாட்டேன், ஏன்னா செக்ஷனல் உங்கள் கையில் இருக்கு. நான் நினச்சிக்கணும், இதெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணாங்கன்னு இவர் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கிறாரு. And whatever feedback I got it, they were telling இதெல்லாம் என்னத்துக்கு சார் டீச்சர் சொல்லித்தராங்க? எங்களுக்கு தெரியாதது what is what. Why should you prefer this in what context? That is episodic knowledge. This is very difficult to get from internet. This is what they expect from a teacher. And that is stored in this one, neocortex, and that is why emotion is very important to understand. This is what CDA and all these things talk about. Now we will go to the characteristics of a problem student. Problem student, you may think that this fellow is a problematic student. No, he is facing problem and therefore he is called PS because he doesn't know what to do. First behavior, let us start behavior from an age group in India. A child which is less than 10 years age in India normally is called a primary school and the characteristic is childhood. Maximum rate of learning, that is called the mental skill, starts developing at the age of 5 and it is going up to 10. Now the development of socializing skill also starts. His behavior is childish, emotional development is starting. Now what has to do with outcome-based education? The maximum number of rate of learning Tamil words or English words, let us say in a day he learns 10 words. That's all. If some fellow could learn 7 words in one day, that is his maximum capacity. And now, when he comes to 13 to 14, his boyhood or girlhood, he becomes hyperactive. Now, this mental ability to a great extent developed at that age and it stops. When you go to adult like you and me, it has completely stopped. The spike also has stopped. Spike means it is a natural phenomenon. The water is boiling 98 degree, 99 degree, 1 degree is enough to convert it into steam. That is spike. Or it is coming down, it is begin solidifying. 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 1 degree is still water. 1 degree is enough power. It converts into solid. Now the spike is a natural phenomenon. This is occurring to the student. Spike is developing and the spike becomes maximum at adolescent age. Now what is spike? A teacher is allowing him to develop the spike. Now I am going to explain about a helical spring. What are all the forces he can apply? Ramasamy, could you please, sir, you can tensile force. Oh, very good. Any other force? Kandasamy, we can compress it. Yes, compression of a spring is very sensitive. Sita Lakshmi? No, sir, it is not that much sensitive in spring. Okay. Any other force? Sir, we can. Come on. You can. We can. What is that? We can twist it. Fantastic. Spike. That spike is there. Sir, we can twist. Oh, wonderful. Now, Sita Lakshmi, what happens if you twist it in the clockwise direction to the other direction? So the mean diameter of a helical, it will come down. Wonderful. The other way around, it will increase. Now this is called spike. Now the spike is a very important characteristics of learner-centric approach. If the teacher says, number 1, tension. Number 2, compression. Number 3, torsion using a spike. Gone. அவனுக்கு கொஞ்சம் நெஞ்சமாவது வந்திருக்கும் spike. The teacher has killed them. It is not learner-centric approach. A learner-centric teacher is acting like a support, a guide by the side. He is not a sage by the ear. You don't tell whatever you know as a teacher. Now this is the first characteristics the emotion has started. This is what CDIO and OB says. It has to be, you allow him to develop, and this is becoming a peak at this age. Now the rate of learning of maximum word, how does it matter the mental skill and socializing skill? It is with respect to the parent. Now when this one, a child is doing homework in the house, a father and mother are fighting in the background, then the child may not learn. How does it matter if we are fighting, the child must do homework? No. In that way, the child is wondering why his father and mother are fighting. So his development of mental skill is out. And socializing skill, how does it matter? Your mother is going at this age of a child with whom you are playing, you know his caste and communicate, come idiot. Then the child is, no, I am not supposed to play with a particular community and a caste. Finished. His socializing ability and his socializing skill, mental ability, gone. But it is gone forever? No. In OBE, CDIO can do something, but may not be all. But this level of instructional methodology up to 9th standard, OBE will fail. It is our ancient system will be best to develop mental skill up to 9th standard, up to the age of 14. Because when 14 he attains, sudden development of abstract thinking capability develops. Now this is a scientific fact. Below 14, for example, 9th standard student cannot understand what is an atom. For a 10th standard student's case, can you say what is an atom to a 9th standard fellow? He will say it is a small thing. Can you give an example? He will try to put some sense, this is an atom. He will say. A 10th standard students will say, no sir, atom cannot be seen with a natural eye. Because sudden development of abstract thinking capability develops. Now this is what OBE CDA will take into account and how to take these characteristics further. Another one which is developing in the students of adolescent is the conflicting behavior. Now in the conflict, you can tell me when to stop. Because once a choice is given, professor will blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, conflicting behavior is what your students will be bringing. And how to find out that conflicting behavior with respect to the problem student, you can find out a specific learner characteristics. And then your aspiring learner characteristics from entry level behavior to the terminal level behavior, you need not bother about entry level qualification to the terminal level qualification. What we bother now is +2 BE. Now that is remaining there. I don't say that never bother about. But in future, a 10th standard student could be a brilliant fellow, an engineer, who may not even go to the +2. He may apply. He may do your entry level test or something. He may come. You can take. Oh, we have tested. He is not +2. He is only 10th standard, but he is going to become a very good engineer. You can put it because his entry level behavior matters. And final behavior, attributes. He will be able to communicate. He will be able to socialize. All those characteristics. He will be able to do it. Okay, let us see what is the conflicting behavior with which you can find out learner characteristics. One is, again we will go to the development because it is an education, it is a developmental system. He is taken care by the mother. Okay. No conflicting behavior. Socializing, mental skill developments are in the hands of mother. There could be some exceptional cases, but mostly it is. If you go to the next level, cared by both parents, conflicting behavior starts most likely because there is a conflict between husband and wife. Most, it could be anything else. And here, this fellow develops that conflicting behavior. And again here, conflicting behavior stops after 20 and it is cared by self. This is cared by parents, cared by God. The biggest problem is here. The problem here is he cannot be cared by self. An engineering college student in that age group of this, but he wants to be cared by. This is a natural phenomenon. Now, what is that conflicting behavior? Is at its peak. Now, maybe from his house he has subtracted, he got it, and he is bringing that conflicting behavior here, and the conflicting behavior is an emotional aspect which controls the cognitive characteristics and the psychomotor and other characteristics. Therefore, a teacher or as a mentor should know his entry-level qualification. It is nothing wrong. It is a natural phenomenon because adolescence is a period which may be unique to humanity, to my knowledge. It is no other animals have that. But this is an important characteristic with which how he is behaving in a laboratory classroom, how he is behaving in a theoretical classroom, you can find out. Okay. The conflicting behavior for OBE, what it says, try to find out. CDI also says. For example, they become moody and unpredictable. They come here, something moody and become unpredictable. At that time, you are trying to advise, which is conflicting, he will not accept. என்னது தலை வரைட்டு வர ஷர்ட்டை பேக்கெட் பண்ணிட்டு இன்சர்ட் பண்ற எழுதல. What is that you are doing? He is going to hate you. How does it matter? Wow, whether I am putting my shirt inside or not. Instead, when you act like an authority, that is teacher need. You are advising, you try to do that. He is going to say, who are you to advise me? That is the behavior he is getting. Instead, he is looking for role models. In that age, he says particularly in your subject matter, because the cognition is stored in the neocortex area and the inferior parietal lobes. To understand the concept, emotion works. So he is going to find out, explain. Aha, he is my Guru Maharaj. He is going to say, when you are very strong in the concept, you are not giving rote information which is available in the internet. It's available in the textbook. Yeah, by the by, there is no textbook in outcome-based education. It's all paper, with 27 papers and things like that. Textbook may be there, some reference books. There is no textbook. It is the real world scenario. In a learner-centric approach, you don't bother talking. You become strong in your subject and particularly your concept. He is going to follow you. He is going to dress like you. Professor, blue blue. This is the attitude for learning you create. This is what CDA says. Okay. Another one is take from college to home. They don't want long theories. This is teacher-led. Take down, blah, 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 blah. Instead, he is looking for small, holistic content. The holistic content in real-world example, where exactly we are going to use. That is what I said for an Indian condition. For environmental aspects, including environmental aspects, with the societal responsibility. This is all holistic. Should you have to know sociology? Yes, sociology will come. Should you have to know economics? Yes, economics will come. Should you have to know about banking? Yeah, finance is required. How about labor? Yeah, project management is required. And should I have to convince a client? Yes, you may have to debate. Communication, societal responsibility. Everything must be imbibed. That is what a holistic content, and it should not be one concept. You have to split it here to be an anatomy. We will learn about it tomorrow. An anatomy and bring it to maximum 10 minutes to explain a concept. If it is going to take more than 10 minutes, his mind will go to masala dosa, biryani, like that. He is not going to listen to you. At least in India it is better. In an American, research says not more than 4 minutes. If you are going to talk for more than 4 minutes, he is going to get up and say, enna paavam pannena inda aalu long theories. OB says you make it very short concept. If it is not possible, split the knowledge structures and make it very short. I also must make it very short. They might outburst with energy. It is a natural, it is a characteristic. They don't want monotonous lecture. They will show it, the energy level is very high, they don't know how to use it. என்ன கால ஆட்டிட்டு இருக்கேன்? Yeah, he doesn't know what to do. He is energetic, he doesn't know where to put that energy. That is why he is behaving like that. And they don't want at that time monotonous lectures, not allowing him to discover. It is creativity that is methodic, is like that. Instead, they love to learn by doing. Laboratory, open-ended lab. You allow him to select the problem. You allow him to select the methodology of solving. You allow him to select the materials by himself and let them come in a group about a project. This is what CDA says, and let them do. They have unstable interest. One day he will say, I am interested in this. Another time says, because he is expecting the teacher to be cracking jokes. How many of you crack jokes in the classroom? 1, 2. With 20 or 10%. Instead, they want humorous instructors. But there is one scientific theory says, if the humor is not naturally coming, don't try to crack jokes. Otherwise you have to say, this is a joke, you are supposed to laugh. The principles of OB quickly says, personal security, financial security, health security, unsafe home which will lead to depression. That is what in ancient India, all these things are taken care. The student goes to Guru's place. Personal security is taken care. There is no problem. He does the work for teaching. Health security, no problem. He gives herbs. Unsafe home, he is away from it. Anyway, this is in India. This is a teacher should be like a flower. This is what Nannu Sutram says. Okay. Another behavior is temporal behavior, which is keep on changing. He will be changing. One minute he will be like that, another minute he will be like that. Now again we will come from the childhood. Organized. They are organized by others. Mother putting in the shoe, mother putting everything. And here, beliefs all. Particularly in India, in Indian tradition, everybody is auntie, everybody is uncle. Now here, well organized, sudden changes. Beliefs teach. It is a natural characteristic. I also try to do something with my daughter, factorization of a ratio. I said, you start with the numerator. She immediately put the book and says, you shut up. My teacher told me to start with numerator. I said, okay, go. Here we believe only ourselves. Changed, within that span. Reorganized. The biggest problem is highly disorganized. If I ask a question, how many of you smoke? Who taught you smoking? Your father. Oh, my dearest son, please try one. Did he try? No. It is if you have a guts, you do it. But we try to tell a very important thing a teacher must know. As if one fellow A is challenging B about one peg. The thing is, we claim that A is a bad fellow. No. A is also like him. You must be in a very high level to understand. There is no bad fellow in adolescence. He is having a different characteristics, that's all. But of course, the B fellow gets into problem. That is different. It lies with the mental. But don't brand A is bad just because he is introducing. I don't promote drinking and things like that. But you must understand the characteristics. The characteristics is temporal. It just keep on changing. It lies with the mentor to deal with it. Okay. Peer-to-peer learning. This is what OB says. Let them learn by self-regulated learning, peer-to-peer learning, peer-to-peer assessment, group discussions. Let them learn. Why do you put your... We have collected hundreds of feedbacks. They said, sir, naangale kattukonu. Allow the concept matram uchittu. A very difficult concept we are unable to get from book. We are unable to get from even from internet. Idudane sir avu solli tharano. This is what they have given it. The students expect teachers to be very strong in concepts. Peer group lies with teacher. You have to start with a good fellow. Good fellow doesn't mean he is good at subject. He is emotion controlling fellow. At that age, if somebody could control his emotion, he is a mature fellow. He is going to succeed in his life. He is unable to control at that age, most likely he is going to fail. Okay. Another one, blue color is for you to do research for your institute. What my presentation, I did not show the color code. Anything if you see blue, I am not telling you. You have to do research. For your institute's learner characteristics, for example, putting a boy and a girl, it is going to create intimacy. Now, you must say whether it is allowed in America and other countries, they don't bother. They simply go like that. But in India, you must do for your culture what is your aspiring learner characteristics. If it is going to be rurally for Indian, pan-Indian condition, if it is your vision is there, pan-Asian scenario, then you must do. So you must find out how to put peer-to-peer. Adolescents want their parents also to be role model. A very important thing is mentor. As I was mentioning to you, every teacher, according to the students' staff ratio, he will be given not from the same discipline. If you are electrical engineer, no student mentally will be from electrical. It will be from chemistry, it will be from sociology, it will be from any discipline. Till he graduates and go, you are going to be the mentor. And what is that? Quickly we will go through. It is 4 characteristics. You have to act like a coach. You have to envision that student. You have to figure out. You have to give feedbacking and throw. Feed forward, feed back. You have to energize. There are so many theoretical one. OBE, CDIO says repeatedly, CDIO particularly says teacher characteristics. You have to act like that. As a guardian, you have to evidence learn. As a networking with others, assessing what is that skill, attitude, behavior. As a guardian, you are assessing. As a critical friend, standard form. It is you are poking into the affairs of the assignment. Constructive criticism. Work shadow from industry. In your industry, this is what is going to happen. Don't mistake. As an advisor, supporting. I am there, yeah, don't worry. Identifying concerns, liaison. There are so many things, scientific methods of how to do mentoring. Mentoring is very important, and there is no guidance and counseling as God. There is nothing like guidance and counseling. Of course, a counselor you can put. That is for depressed students. That may be less than 10%. But 90% of the students, what OBE says, don't bother about guidance and counseling. Be a mentor. Okay. You must understand who is a depressed student. There is another characteristic which is different from PS. PS means problem student. You may think that he is creating problem. He is not problematic. He is facing problem. That is why DS is depressed student. You must understand. See, if I put a very awkward question, how many of you thought of committing suicide at least once in your lifetime? Anybody here thought of committing suicide at least once? At least once. There is one French philosopher. He says, I have got his reference. If you have not thought of committing suicide at least once in your lifetime, you are not worth living as a human being. That is what he says. Because thinking of committing suicide, only human beings do. Animals don't. Human beings don't. His maturity level is so high in that age, particularly in adolescence, he thought of committing suicide. That is what he says. I don't say that you try. It would have most likely occurred when depressed. When depression comes, when there is no support for anyone. ஐயோ போச்சே 5 மார்க் வாங்கினா நீட் கிடைச்சிருக்குமே நான் இப்போ என்ன செய்யறது அம்மா அப்பா both are telling what he will do ஐயோ போச்சே there is no support where he will go he become depressed. Now you must understand it doesn't play a very major role, direct role in OBE/CDIO, but a mentor should find out. PS is interested in appearance and fashion, whereas lost interest in appearance, looks gloomy, render unconditional, arguing, always rebellious in the classroom. This fellow mostly violence at home, self-harming. He will cut it and then put a band-aid. Consult a therapist. We are not specialists in dealing with. Mood swing. Struggle to become managing emotions. This fellow is showing falling grades or weight loss, weight gain, suddenly is changing. Consult a therapist. More influenced by flex. PS. 90% of the students are PS. Now this fellow wants to be always depressed. It is very dangerous. Immediately you have to consult. You have to go quickly, otherwise you may do anything. This is the job of a mentor. Experimenting with alcohol, he becomes addicted. And immediately consult therapists, don't waste it. Okay, with that 2 characteristics, there are learner characteristics of 5 which is needed for engineering technology. Megan, நான் என்ன பண்ணேன்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா நாளைக்கு பண்ணிக்கலாமா? There are say, if I want to sum up, the learner is going to learn. You cannot learn for him. You can take the horse to the pond. Who has to drink water? You cannot drink water. The same thing is going to happen in higher education, particularly in engineering technology. That fellow must learn. And as a teacher, whatever you teach, it may not help him. Particularly in this present time, 95% of the students are not interested in teacher-led approach. This we have scientifically studied. He is simply sitting because he gets attendance and then he is learning by himself. But can he learn by himself? Will it be replace a teacher with virtual learning environment? No, it cannot. Virtual learning environment could give a factual information. It can give procedural information, but concept a teacher alone can. Because what is needed in the industry, tomorrow we will see about it, the instructional characteristics. What the industry requires is a strong foundation in concept. The remaining thing, they are there to do. So, we have to see 3 characteristics. One is the emotion, and another one is the cognitive, and another one is skill, which is psychomotor. You cannot treat them in isolation. You have to imbibe. This is what you have seen. There are 5 more characteristics like cognitive, moral, social, emotional, and physical, which must be integrated together in your subject content in courses. Now, this is what we are going to see. You might have heard about what is PEO. What is PEO? Program Educational Objective. In every PEO, you must integrate your core with the skill of what the current learner characteristics is. And what is the aspiring learner characteristics of behavior. So, skill, behavior and a core. You imbibe and then define. You must do it very carefully because you are going to take them to an aspiring learner characteristics. If you make a mistake there, gone case. After all, it is 5 to 6 PEOs you are writing. that depends upon your aspiring learner characteristics, and you must reflect your current learner characteristics in this 5 inward. We don't get a time to go through. Maybe tomorrow, God willing, I'll just touch upon this.
Tomorrow definitely time will be there, sir. Today inauguration and other stuff we got
No
delayed.
problem.
And software we got delayed after. Tomorrow I'll check on the next, so you come and take some.
Okay. Anyway, outcome-based education, CDA.
And
And learner characteristics forms very important one. We will see about instructional characteristics. I have just touched upon this 5, then we will see how you are going to prepare instructions according to your learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You as a teacher you must know.
Must know.
Must as he said. சரி சரி அப்போ 8:30 வருது. நாங்கள் வந்துடுவோம் 8:30 ஷோர். நீங்கள் எதாவது எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுற மாதிரி சொல்லுங்கள் அஜய். என்னென்ன இருக்குன்னு ப்ரீஃபாக சொல்லுங்கள் ஒரு 2 minutes.
We are mainly providing solutions for RF related, EMI EMC related solutions, especially for EMI EMC related pre-complaints and post-complaints lab setup. Other than that, we are mainly working for e-vehicles related solutions, lab related solar cells, solar simulation. We are mainly authorized with channel partners for Tectonics and KPI. And we are handling equipments like Kyoritsu and the Western. They are supporting you with our handheld issues for application and installation related testing, functionality related testing. We are covering that. So, the domain of Tectonics, Keithley, you may know, you people very well know about Tectonics products. It's a very branded one for oscilloscope related machines. So, in our current oscilloscope, we are just implementing some of the solutions. Which is useful for power meters, some of the power quality related stuff. We are even for software application. Along with the normal oscilloscope related measurements, you can do power analysis, power capacity, power quality, noise, and figure related. SOU, like safe operating area, switching loss related cameras, all kinds of solutions you can do. So other than you can utilize analog, RF as well as digital signals. So we can call it as a mixed domain also. So you can utilize 3 different domains and you can do cross-TP.